Have you ever noticed small changes in your body or in someone you love and wondered if they might mean something more? As we grow older, every year becomes more valuable. While aging is a natural part of life, sometimes the body gives us subtle but important signals that things are changing. It's not always the big health scares that matter most. Often, it's the quiet, almost unnoticed shifts, the little things that we might overlook, that can tell us when someone is entering the final stretch of life. Doctors and researchers have studied people in their later years and found clear patterns, clues that show when the body is preparing for its final stage. These aren't myths or guesses. They're real signs that can help us recognize when a loved one, or even ourselves, might be approaching life's final chapter. The challenge is that many people miss these signs until it's too late. But by understanding them early, we have the chance to offer comfort, support, and love in a way that truly matters. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 subtle signs that may indicate an elderly person is in their final year. And more importantly, we'll discuss what you can do when you start noticing them. So, stay with me until the end, because this is something we all need to know. Now, let's get started. One of the most overlooked signs that someone may be in their final year is a deep, persistent fatigue, the kind that doesn't go away with rest. It's more than just feeling tired after a long day or needing a nap in the afternoon. This type of exhaustion lingers, making even small tasks feel overwhelming. Think about 2 elderly friends, James and Albert, both 82 years old. James still gets up every morning, enjoys his routine, and takes short walks around his neighborhood. He may move a little slower than he used to, but he still finds joy in staying active. Albert, on the other hand, was once just as energetic. But recently something changed. He now spends most of his day sitting, struggling to find the motivation to move. Even simple tasks, getting up from a chair, taking a short walk, or making a cup of tea, feel like too much effort. At first, his family thought it was just a part of aging. Maybe he's just slowing down, they said. But the truth is, this kind of sudden and ongoing fatigue is often a sign that the body is conserving energy for more essential functions. As people approach the final stages of life, their body naturally starts prioritizing resources. The energy that once powered movement, digestion, and daily activities is now being redirected toward vital organs. This isn't just a normal part of getting older. When fatigue becomes extreme and persistent, it can indicate underlying issues such as heart problems, kidney disease, or even the body's natural preparation for the final stage. Many elderly individuals also experience muscle weakness along with this fatigue, making mobility even more difficult. So, what can you do if you notice this in yourself or a loved one? Don't ignore it. If someone who was previously active suddenly becomes weak and exhausted, it's important to check in with a doctor. Sometimes it could be a treatable condition like anemia, dehydration, or an infection. Encourage gentle movement. If possible, small movements like stretching or walking a few steps can help maintain strength. Prioritize comfort and rest. If fatigue is truly overwhelming, focus on making daily life easier. Soft chairs, extra pillows, and plenty of support when moving around. Understanding why fatigue happens is key to providing the best care and comfort. And sometimes, just being there, offering a gentle hand or a listening ear, can make all the difference. We often think of appetite as just another part of life. Sometimes we're hungry, sometimes we're not. But when an elderly person suddenly eats much less or stops feeling hungry altogether, it could be a warning sign that their body is going through a deeper change. Take Margaret and Susan, both 85 years old. Margaret still enjoys her meals, even if her portions are smaller than they used to be. She looks forward to breakfast, enjoys a warm bowl of soup for lunch, and still finds comfort in her evening tea. Eating is not just about nutrition for her. It's a part of her daily rhythm. Susan, however, is different. She used to love home-cooked meals, but now, she barely touches her plate. She tells her family, "I'm just not hungry anymore," or complains that food doesn't taste the same. She skips meals, and when she does eat, it's only a few bites before pushing the plate away. Her family notices she's lost weight, and her clothes seem looser. This isn't just a normal part of aging. While it's true that appetite naturally decreases with age, A sudden and noticeable drop in food intake can indicate that the body is slowing down its functions, only using energy for the most essential processes. In many cases, people in their final year experience a gradual decline in hunger because the digestive system isn't working as efficiently and metabolism slows significantly. Food, which once gave them strength and energy, may now feel unnecessary or even uncomfortable to consume. This can also be linked to changes in taste and smell, making food less appealing. Additionally, dehydration can become a major concern, as many elderly individuals also begin drinking less water without realizing it. So, what can you do if you notice a loved one eating less and losing weight? Encourage small, nutrient-dense meals. Instead of large portions, offer soft, easy-to-eat foods rich in protein and vitamins, like smoothies, soups, or mashed vegetables. Monitor hydration. Offer water, herbal teas, or fruit juices throughout the day to prevent dehydration. Don't force meals, but observe patterns. If someone completely stops eating and drinking, it may be a sign that their body is naturally preparing for its final transition. In these moments, the goal isn't just about keeping them fed. It's about ensuring comfort, dignity, and quality of life. Sometimes, simply sitting with them and offering a gentle presence can mean more than any meal. As people age, it's natural to slow down. But if someone starts sleeping much more than usual, it could be more than just a sign of aging. It may indicate that the body is gradually shutting down and conserving energy for essential functions. Take David, 90, for example. He used to be an early riser, always ready to start his day with a short walk or a chat over morning coffee. He remained active even if he moved a little slower than before. But recently, things have changed. David now spends most of his time in bed, napping for hours, and even when he's awake, he seems distant. His eyes heavy, his energy low. Conversations tire him, and he often drifts off mid-sentence. His family wonders if something is wrong, but they chalk it up to just getting older. However, this isn't just normal exhaustion. In the final stages of life, the body naturally starts using less energy. It begins to prioritize vital functions, letting go of the need for movement, digestion, and even interaction. Sleeping more is not necessarily a sign of discomfort. It's a way for the body to preserve the little energy it has left. So, what should you do if a loved one is sleeping more than usual? Ensure their comfort. Make sure their bed is soft, their position is comfortable, and their room is quiet and peaceful. Check for dehydration. If they're drinking and eating less, encourage small sips of water or moist foods like fruit and soup. Look for signs of confusion or distress. If they wake up disoriented, restless, or in discomfort, gentle reassurance can help. Don't force them to stay awake. Let them rest as much as they need. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is simply be there, sitting by their side, holding their hand, or offering a comforting presence. In these moments, words may not always be necessary. Just being present, showing love and care, is sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer. Have you noticed a loved one slowly pulling away from conversations, not answering calls, or avoiding visitors? Maybe they once loved spending time with family and friends but now prefer to be alone. This change might seem like just a shift in mood, but it could be a subtle sign that they are in their final phase of life. Take Eleanor and Barbara, two lifelong friends in their late 80s. For years, they met every Sunday for coffee, sharing laughter, stories, and memories of their younger days. It was a ritual they both cherished. But recently, Eleanor stopped coming. At first, she made small excuses. She was tired, she didn't feel like going out. Then, she stopped answering calls. Even when her family invited her over, she would politely decline, saying she just wanted to rest. Over time, she became more distant, spending long hours alone, even when people tried to check in on her. This kind of social withdrawal isn't just about feeling tired or losing interest in socializing. It can be a subconscious way of preparing for the final stage of life. Many elderly individuals, even without realizing it, start detaching from the outside world as their time draws near. It's as if their focus shifts inward, and they no longer feel the same need for human connection. This withdrawal isn't always due to sadness or depression. It's often a natural part of the transition. So, What should you do if you notice a loved one pulling away? Don't force social interactions. Sometimes, insisting that they engage can cause more stress than comfort. Instead, respect their need for space. Simply be present. Even if they don't feel like talking, just sitting with them in silence can be incredibly reassuring. A gentle touch, a warm presence. These small acts can provide immense comfort. Look for ways to connect without pressure. If they don't want to talk, you can still play soft music, read a book aloud, or just hold their hand. Sometimes, in life's final stages, words become less important than presence. Just knowing that someone is there, without expectation or demand, can bring more peace than any conversation ever could. Your quiet companionship might be exactly what they need. Forgetting small things now and then is a normal part of aging. But when someone forgets where they are, struggles with names, or seems confused about time, it may be more than just ordinary forgetfulness. Could be a sign of deeper cognitive decline, often seen in the final stage of life. Take Richard, 88, a man who was always sharp and independent. He prided himself on remembering important dates, telling detailed stories, and never missing a beat in conversations. But recently, his family started noticing changes. He would ask the same question multiple times in a row, forgetting he had just heard the answer. He started getting lost in familiar places, unable to remember which turn led back home. Even more concerning, he began struggling to recognize close family members, pausing before saying their names, as if searching his mind for something just out of reach. This kind of memory loss and disorientation isn't just part of normal aging. It can be a sign that the brain is receiving less oxygen, or that other health conditions like infections, medication side effects, or even early dementia are affecting mental clarity. In the final stages of life, the body prioritizes vital organs, sometimes leading to reduced cognitive function. This can make an elderly person seem mentally distant or confused, even when they were once sharp and aware. So, what can you do? Stay patient. If they repeat questions or seem lost in thought, don't get frustrated. Gentle reminders and a calm presence can help them feel more secure. Keep their environment familiar and safe. Reduce clutter, keep pathways clear, and ensure they have items around them that bring comfort, like family photos or familiar objects. Avoid overwhelming them. Too much stimulation, loud conversations, busy environments can increase confusion. Speak slowly, clearly, and with warmth. Memory loss in the final stages of life can be heartbreaking to witness, but your patience, kindness, and steady presence can make all the difference. Even if they forget your name, they won't forget how you make them feel safe, loved, and at peace. The skin tells us more about our health than we often realize. Cold hands, a bluish tint to the skin, or thinning, fragile skin can all be signs that circulation is slowing down. While these changes may seem minor at first, they can actually indicate that the body is redirecting its energy toward vital organs in its final stages. Take Margaret, 91, for example. She always loved sitting by the window, wrapped in a warm blanket, enjoying the afternoon sun. But lately, no matter how many layers she wore or how high the heater was set, her feet stayed cold. She noticed her hands were pale, almost bluish, and her skin had become more delicate, bruising easily with even the slightest bump. Her family worried, trying to keep her warm with extra blankets and hot drinks. But nothing seemed to help. This happens because in the later stages of life, the body begins to slow circulation, sending less blood to the hands, feet, and skin, while prioritizing essential organs like the heart and brain. The skin may appear paler, colder, or more fragile simply because less oxygen-rich blood is reaching the surface. These changes can be unsettling to witness, but they are often a natural part of the body's final transition. So what can you do? Keep them warm and comfortable. Use soft blankets, warm socks, and gentle massages to encourage circulation and ease discomfort. Recognize this as a natural process. While it may seem concerning, it's often not painful. Just a sign that the body is conserving energy. Offer gentle care. Since the skin becomes more fragile, be mindful when helping them move, adjusting their position, or providing personal care. Sometimes it's not about fixing things, it's about offering comfort. A warm touch, a gentle reassurance, or simply sitting beside them with kindness can bring more peace than any medical intervention. In these moments, presence matters more than anything. Have you ever noticed an elderly loved one breathing differently? Pausing between breaths, breathing shallowly, or having moments where their breath seems irregular? While it may seem concerning, this can be a natural part of the body's final transition. Take Henry, 94. He had always breathed normally, steady and even. But lately, his family noticed something different. Sometimes, his breathing became irregular. He would take a breath, then pause for a few seconds before continuing. Other times, his breathing was soft and shallow, as if his body wasn't working as hard to take in air. His family wasn't sure if they should be worried, but deep down, they sensed a change. This pattern is known as Cheyne-Stokes breathing, a rhythm of deep breaths followed by pauses. It happens as the body slows down and no longer needs as much oxygen to sustain itself. While it may look alarming, it's usually not painful. It's simply the body's natural way of winding down. So, what should you do if you notice this? Stay calm. Irregular breathing can be unsettling to witness, but it's often just part of the body's natural process. Offer comfort. Sitting close, holding their hand, or speaking softly can be reassuring. Your presence matters more than words. Consult a professional if needed. If the breathing changes are sudden or seem to cause discomfort, a doctor or hospice nurse can offer guidance and support. In these moments, it's not about fixing anything, it's about being there. A quiet presence, a warm hand to hold, and a sense of peace can bring comfort and dignity to someone in their final days. Now that you know these 7 subtle signs, take a moment to reflect. Have you noticed any of these changes in a loved one? Recognizing them early can help you provide comfort, support, and the care they truly need in their final phase of life. Remember, this journey isn't just about adding days to life. It's about adding comfort, dignity, and peace to those days. Your presence, patience, and love can make all the difference. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts, experiences, or any insights you've gained. Your words might help someone else going through the same situation. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our important discussions on aging, health, and caregiving. Thank you for watching. Stay kind, stay present, and take care of those who once took care of you.